And Hurricane Ian, now a tropical storm as it slowly moves across Florida. There are thousands and thousands of people wondering how their homes fared.
So we're talking about the people who took the warning seriously and evacuated before Ian came crashing ashore with 150-mile-an-hour winds. It was the most powerful storm ever to hit Florida's west coast. And one of those evacuees is law student Lauren Sweeney. She and her husband took their two little girls to her mother-in-law's in Orlando. Good morning, Lauren.
Good morning.
Yeah. Talk about the timing of these evacuation warnings. Were you given enough time to leave? And were people given, like you were telling us in the break about how little time people were given?
Our evacuation orders came in at about between 5 and 8 a.m. in the morning on Tuesday. So what is today, Thursday? And then the storm hit Wednesday. So we were only really given a day lead up. And to be fair to our local, emergency managers, this storm, they didn't know it was going to turn. And so they evacuated our lower lying flood zones, even if they thought it was going to go into Tampa, because the potential for storm surge flooding is just so high in some of those areas. I live in a zone A zone, and if it's an mandatory evacuation order, we leave. But a lot of people, to tell you the truth, probably didn't know they were being evacuated until it was too late. Because if you weren't tuned into the TV, I used to be a local television reporter, so this is old hat for me. I know what to do. I know what to look for. I know how to get information. But if you're not somebody that knows those things, and you were just going about your day, I don't think I got the emergency alert on my phone until I was halfway to Orlando. So by that point, when you're getting an emergency alert on your phone, it's now, however many hours into the day Tuesday, and you're deciding, okay, do I want to go get on the highway and get stuck with gasoline, stuck on the roads with, in the middle of a storm?
Right.
Or what am I going to do? So I don't think anybody that didn't leave should be painted in a unfavorable light in any circumstance. I know that it's easy to do that when you're really far removed from a storm, but people didn't have a very good reasonable alternative here. We left our home pretty much unsecured because I just said we had to get on the road.
Right.
And we stay back to put shutters up, we may get stuck in traffic.
So talk about what you're in Orlando now, right? So what do you expect to return to?
Yeah, north of Orlando. It's north of Orlando in an area called Longwood. It's Seminole County.
Okay.
And so it's an area that parts of it are prone to some flooding, but as far as I can tell, we're going to be okay here. It's not going to be anything near what you would see at the coast with storm surge. You guys probably remember from Superstorm Sandy, just how the water comes in, right?
Yeah.
Like the salt water comes in. So, so of course you do have, like road flooding and wood flooding. My phone's been going off all morning that, there's flash flooding, don't go on the roads. But we are holed up in a big secure house, so we don't plan to leave.
Yeah,
so,
I'm just curious, from where you evacuated from, what you expect to return to. Have you heard anything yet from folks who may not have evacuated about just how bad it is where you left from?
Yeah, the reason I look so bad on air this morning, I would have actually done my hair and put makeup on for you guys, but I got a text from my neighbor at about an hour ago that our house is flooded. So I spent I don't know how bad it is. I just know it's flooded. So before I came on to talk to you guys, I was filing claims with FEMA, my flood insurance policy, my homeowner's policy. Yeah. Wow. Because if you don't start now, you're.
Our area is very well aware of that. Do you know
things from my reporter training that are going to serve me well, but I hope other people are aware that they need to be on the ball with it too. Yeah.
Will you be able to live there though? Is it uninhabitable?
Listen, I used to live in Houston. I lived in Houston before Harvey came in and there was lots of floods. And we used to tell people that any flood water in your home, even an inch or two on the floor, makes it uninhabitable because you don't know what's in it, right?
Exactly.
As I was telling you guys in the break, I have a 3-year-old and a 5-month-old. they are very close to the floor. I don't necessarily want to live there. So I'm assuming that my house is uninhabitable. I don't really know what's going to happen. I mean, but this is the thing, okay? Yesterday morning, I had basically 2 hours to make a decision to get out of town. And what I did was I went to my file box where I have all my important documents, and I grabbed the folder that has our passports, our social security cards, our birth certificates, our flood insurance policies, all of our important things, and I threw them in a box. I grabbed all of my law school books, my laptop, everything I needed for schoolwork. I grabbed my wedding album and, you know, all my baby's pictures and one or two maybe like stuffed animals that my kids like. But like there's you know, there's toys that are my daughter's that are just ruined, and I know that seems really silly to be like, oh, I'm upset about my daughter's manatee, that like, you know,
it's
like
a lifetime of memories.
Gone, like, you know, I don't know. So
well, we're happy.
Our dog is here.
Oh, good.
Everything that's important is here with us, and that's what matters. But it's terrifying because there are so many people that did not leave, and I don't know if they're okay.
Yeah.
And when our sheriff says there are hundreds of people dead, when I heard your reporter say that this morning waiting to talk to you guys, that was the first I'd heard that. I'm in an information void because I'm not in my local community right now. I'm in a different community.
Right.
So that was the first I had heard that.
Well, here's the thing, Lauren. We're glad you're okay. We're glad your family's okay. And like you said, you know, the most important things are right there in that house with you right now. And we thank you for joining us this morning, and keep us posted, okay?
Yes, and you guys give my love to Alan Levine. He's a national treasure that works with you there, okay?
One
Buy
of our
him
producers
a White
here,
Russian for me.
A White
I love
Russian.
him dearly, and he's the only person that could get me to do this looking like a bag of crap.
Oh, you look beautiful to us, Lauren. Thank you so much for your time, and
All right,
continue to
take
be
care.
safe.
All right, take care.
All right.
All right.